Hey, Tony Carousel at New Haven Independent News Break for May 15th, 2023. So you can see behind me here um, last week's Board of Aldermen meeting, and everybody looking pretty serious. They were listening to public comments, and some of them directed about different traffic issues and then also about rezoning. So one of the things for this week's paper did a little story on the rezoning, and it ended up just being, instead of having a whole block rezoned for multifamily, we ended up just basically rezoning the two existing buildings. There's one at 1011 Maupin, which you probably have all seen. This is a 5 unit apartment building that was built back in the 1800s. So, and it has been, they've been trying to determine what to do with it going back to the 1980s in terms of zoning. But it has been zoned as an R1 single family, just based on it being around so long. All the rest of the homes in the block are all single family R1 zoning. So anyway, the Board of Aldermen, and you can read the article in this week's paper, voted unanimously that this building and also this building, also built back in the 1800s, this is a two-family at 1005 Maupin. Both these buildings will be rezoned for R3 multifamily in a spot zone rezoning. There were several discussions about why it should be rezoned just these two buildings instead of the whole block. But essentially you can read more of the story in this coming week's paper. And the places that did not change, which could have qualified if the owners were interested, but the Central Hotel is zoned as it will remain in the R1 single family zoning category, and then also there's a garage that is basically just on the north side of the Central Hotel, and that will also be in the R1 single family zoning area. And then across the street where Seek Coffee used to be, and also a lot of you will know this as the Langenberg Hat Factory and other things. It was also a Lyceum Theater back when it was first constructed. Anyway, this is currently zoned as industrial, and the planning and zoning and also the aldermen were proposing that possibly it could be zoned as commercial, but the owners have decided that they would like for everything to remain as is. So that's in essence what has happened. So the only two buildings zoned for multifamily are essentially two apartment buildings on Maupin, and mainly because insurance, if something should happen to the two buildings, here's 1011 and then here's 1005. If something should happen to the two buildings in terms of insurance coverage, the insurance companies need for it to build something back. It needs to be zoned as R3 for the multifamily. So anyway, more information in this week's paper. And then also coming up this weekend, come out to Robler Winery and check out the Mid-Missouri Fine Arts Society exhibit and sale at Robler Winery on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you can come out and see the wonderful exhibit and sample some wines. I was just out there today, and it's always pleasant and great to go out and hang out at Robler. So what a view they have, and some great wines. So anyway, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Beth and Berger, for allowing us to bring you the news in social media and also in print. So with that, this is Tony Carosella signing off, New Haven Independent Newsbreak, and thanks for watching.